Java just did. Well, which you can call a neighborhood. Yeah, the power outage, I can't help it. Which is weird, because the only thing that has power on right now is my room. A TV and a PlayStation. It can't be draining that much fucking power. And the light. Probably could turn off the light. Okay. I did the math. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, but I don't know what the weather, it's hot and I'm in Washington State. So, yeah, I might not have power on, I might have power outages more now. Summertime has really bad power outages, where wintertime not so much. Which is weird, because we don't have anything running.
What's that? Who's there? I hear something! Something there. Someone there. I'm hearing stuff. No fight today. Annoyed. Stupid noises.
Someone's coming.
I can smell you up. I knew it! Got a trip! What, scared already? You see me?
No? But do you see me? No? Okay then.
Let's get
They're here
close, human!
Don't underestimate us again. I don't think you're right.
Where's the terminal for these robots? Oh. So by level, if you went only for your special stats first, by level 42, you'll have them all. 41 to 42, depending on if you got your special book first. Also, I forgot to minus the bobbleheads. Never mind. Minus 7 bobbleheads by level 30 something.
There we go.
This how you imagine we go?
Approach. Commencing attack on hostile target.
Just when I thought we were getting along.
Unidentified.
Yeah, I can't control if my,
Beginning search.
what do you call it? Power goes out because of a power surge. I wonder if everyone's charging their electric cars right now.
Order has prevailed.
That's a special one. You know how rare it is to get what I just got? Saving that? Fuck yeah. That's one of those special outfits you can't get any other way in the game. And I got it.
That's it.
Do it! Scream! Scream for mercy! You humans! So stupid! Suffer! Suffer and...
Who killed the lights?
Batman.
Approach and do not make any further escape.
Something else.
Pay for that!
Ow. I hate when that happens.
Down the nose. That's how they put Nick together again. Now, where'd you go?
Human time is done! This is the age of the super mutant!
Well, only if all humans were gone, it would be, but it's not. At least they took out the master, so.
Funeral. Anyone you walk away from.
I am unstoppable!
I don't think we're alone. Out. Good.
Really want this to be the last mug you see?
Snoop 'em out.
This is no game, human! We win, you die!
Get in for it now. You got guts. Had guts.
Supper! No!
Lights out for you.
Sit down. Asshat.
Guess they got wired. Bolted.
I am really sick and tired of this legendary bullshit.
What's that?
Don't let him go!
Okay, they're all dead. Good. Washington. Do 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 do. Huh?
No accounting for taste. Goodness. Did Marty really try and get through all this on his own?
This is where the master would have been. If he didn't come down and say hello to us personally. You know, they should just have the list of components on your Pip-Boy, period. So you can mark the ones you want to find regardless. Like, all components are listed. Would be better. Like, the whole component list. It's like, component list, what do you want to find? And you mark it. Like, that's what I need, or what I'm looking for, and it's like, here you go, man. But no, you have to find the items, then mark it. I think that's stupid. Should just be like, components list. Okay, I want to find that. And that, and that. And then your components list is there for you to say, oh yeah, you were looking for this. Okay, cool. So by level 41 and 42, you'll have max special stats. But if I might also minus 7 from either way, because one of them's if you use I am your special book, it would make it
Keep your eyes open.
level 33 and 34, I believe. My math may have been wonky there.
Guess Marty never quite made it. Don't worry, pal. We'll close this one out for you.
Perfect.
Hey, do something for you? Something up?
Your thoughts?
I guess Death finally laughed back for Marty.
That was all I had.
Got it.
Um. Shim drone made it. May 25th, 1742. To my brethren and fellow grasshoppers, fell in ye year 1753, 1755, November 13th. Oops, sorry, wrong button. Early in the ye mornings, by a great earthquake, by my old master above, again like to have met with utter ruin by fire, by hopping timely from my public station, come off the broken bones of much bruised, cured and fixed. Old master's son Thomas drowned June 28, 1768, and thought I will promise to discharge my office, yet I shall vary as well as ye wind. On the banks of the Charles we forever rests Master Shim, the one can find a life's worth. Heh. Off the banks of somewhere there's a grave I have to find. So by level 33, 32, you should have all your special perks finished. And then from that point on, you're just getting extra shit for your abilities. Or you can go straight for the abilities and get your special perks later. Max level like 200 and something, you have every perk in the game. No biggie. Will I really defile this grave for money? Yes, yes I will.
So, Shem drowned, had...
Fear not, the devil's iron makes this blade. Only he who wields can make it wicked. Drawn.
himself buried with all his treasure.
Excellent.
And some people just can't let go.
In other words, the weapon is just a weapon, but who wields it can turn it evil. Or good.
Hey,
There's something you... Looks like you got something to say.
your thoughts?
You see a lot of folks at their worst in my line of work. Hard to not let it get to you sometimes.
Just wanted to check in. See how you feel things are going between us.
I've been thinking about that myself. I suppose we're okay. I feel like we could be doing more for folks out here, but otherwise, we're all right.
That's all for now.
Well, all right.
Gotta drop off everything I just grabbed. I don't want to be bogged down by giant fucking gold bars. It's like, these are heavy. And I have a special weapon I need to put away. And armor. Lots of special shit. Which I'll be giving to my settlements. Hey Nick, tweaking with my suit? Huh? Punishing... See, it's a very special one. I kind of... Wait, why did I put that armor in here? This is a weapon locker. Need wood? Really?
Huh. We must be doing pretty well if you're willing to leave that behind.
Where's the gilded grasshopper? I dropped it on purpose. Oh, there it is. Damn, this motherfucker big. Nice decorative, though. Let me go get some wood. So I can make a thing to put the special armor on him, because that's a special armor. I want to put the rare armor on the things. And that is a rare fucking armor. It has a rare hat and pants, too. But the thing is, I've only seen it once. Ever. I haven't gotten the top before. This is the first time for that. Odds of me getting those, though, are really, really low. Because I think it's like a 0.02% or something like that. Stupidly hard.
Oh, I do hope you're here to make a purchase. It's what I live for.
Sure. Let's take a look.
Oh, goody.
Because it won't be sold. It's only earnable by killing creatures. Do you have wood? Okay, I can always use more of that. I'm gonna sneeze. If I could save a penny, I'm gonna take it. Because I'm gonna sell that shit anyways, right? So. Love how Arizonas are always 99 cents. Since the day I was a kid, they've always been 99 cents. There you go. That's what you should do. See? You won't find this anywhere else. Equip it on these guys. On one of these guys. Or not. I thought I had the whole hunter set. Oh, I think it's Lucky's. No? Look at all this. Wow, huh? When I get strong, I'm going to have a full set of super mutant armor for him to wear. And he's going to look good for it. He's going to look better than the super mutant masters. In comparison, he's going to look good. Because I think there's like pants that go with this and a hat. And I believe that's about it. But yeah, it's special. Just like there's a special vault suit I'll have to get and put on this one. It's like the Wanderer's vault suit. These ones are special because they have special weapons, so they get their own section entirely. The armor I started with the game with. I know, it's nice, isn't it? Also, believe it or not, a lot of these special clothing you get is for your companions overall. Because literally there's a special uniform just for Nick that you can earn by finding anything that's legendary that can drop it. They have one for each companion. And it's like a secondary look for them. Okay, Nick, we'll leave. Jeez, I know you don't like it here in Diamond City, but damn. Don't get antsy in my house. My house. I don't know where to leave my kid. If I do take that robot son, where am I gonna leave him?
So Crocker killed Earl Sterling. And you figured that out? What, you trying to make us look bad?
It's not hard. Oops, I forgot to drop my money off of my safe. God damn it. Plus, I always can come back to my house, I guess, and grab my materials and whatnot. I always can go back here if I need workshop goods. Ooh, look at that money build. What? Where'd it go? Where'd my grasshopper go? Nick, my grasshopper is missing. Motherfuckers! Where'd my grasshopper go? All that hard work for it to disappear? If it does come back, I'm picking it up and putting it somewhere else because I do not like that.
Try not to sever anything you might miss.
Don't worry, Nick. I'm not cooking myself some lady fingers. Or sausages. Hey, Wesley. Just my guy right now cooking up everything he has in his fridge. I kind of wish that they did a thing where it's like, you can take beer and old stuff like Blammo mac and cheese and make like old world food or something. Recipes. Like, they take the old world food and you have special recipes, you can cook them up into, like, a TV dinner, but you need TV trays. And it helps you with your cooking. Like, let's say you take a piece of bloat fly, some instant mash, and some corn, and and a TV tray, and it'll be like Thanksgiving TV dinner. But it uses up the old world food and it loses its radiation because you cooked it in a special way. But I think there's mods for that. It's like you can use old world food to cook up old school meals or something like that. Like, you can take razor grain, potted meat, and chips, and it makes a bagged lunch or something. Doesn't heal much, but you have a bagged lunch. And you used up 3 ingredients. But it's better than nothing, right? Instant mash, Salisbury steak, silt, beans. Boom, that's a meal. It's like you have to cook up some of the meats to make the meals. And you can use some of the old food to do it. I wish they gave more thought to the cooking system in this game. It's like it was just an afterthought, if anything. You want a berserker syringe. They fight each other to the death and no one knows why. I keep my special drug ingredients in here. Any flowers or plants you get will grow into this. It's good XP though. I hardly ever see anyone make anything though in this game. Oh, by the way, I have a computer with video games. They're all right here. See, we got Red Menace, Invader, Zeta Invaders, Bobby Pinbox. You know, I should just make a container for just my games, since there's not that many. A small container just to hold my video games. There's only 4, I think. 4 or 5. So, that's all I need. Something tiny. Really tiny. Really? I can't make nothing tiny? Just for my games? I mean, I could use this. I have my own gaming chair in my house. Okay. Now, to get my games out. This is my note drawer where you keep all your garbage, you know, your junk drawer. You just put in your random ass junk mail and all that, and your coupon books and all the paperwork and shit. It's like, ugh, I'll get to this later. See, I have a fucking napkin in here for no reason. I think there's just writing on it. Overdue books. There's a Red Menace. I have the Shroud calling card because one of the bodies I forgot to. I couldn't find it. Piper disintegrated the whole thing. I couldn't find the body to leave the calling card. So now I have a calling card because I can. Hello, Stephen Black. There we go. My game box. Or game cooler. No, I don't play survival because I don't want to just give myself a heart attack trying to play this video game. I'm already playing it on hard enough level where everything's almost freaking legendary. I fight off legendary things so often, I got a whole drawer of fucking armor and weaponry. And I got like several power armors. See? Pretty much doing missions right now. Leveling up, getting shit done.
Saw you poking around that abandoned house. I'm going to assume McDonough gave you permission and leave it at that.
I'm helping Nick and maxing out his affinity for me. And then I gotta go get Godsworth, who I gave 2 damn turret arms on him.
Oh, look who's
Gatling
back.
arms.
How things turn out with Marty.
Not great.
Was he drunk?
Dead. Made it all the way through Faneuil Hall, too. Went out like a champ.
I'm level 48?
Our Marty made
49?
it to Faneuil Hall. Never knew he had it in him. Well, good for him.
You good to keep going? I don't sleep or eat or anything like that.
Can't believe
But if you
Marty
need
made it
to,
all the way to the
you do it.
Grasshopper. Seems I never gave him enough credit.
Ellie?
Guess it's good I never visited Doc Crocker to get that touch-up I'd been thinking about.
What touch-up?
Hey.
I'm all. What do you need?
Your thoughts?
Who do you think actually won the war? Nobody, I guess.
Oh, by the way, I'm wearing full body armor. It's a bitch to get a full body armor.
That's all for now.
All right.
You know how hard it was to get this full body armor set? It's called sturdy combat armor, which is really hard because the gunners that wear it are usually high level. I myself is level 49, about to pop to 50. Trying to make myself more powerful enough. I can hack and pick anything, so I don't have to worry about that. Trying to help his
We're
cases
open
here.
for business again. Thanks so much for all your help. People don't like to admit we're here, but whenever they have problems, just guess who comes knocking. Nick being a synth has never really bothered me. Honestly, I don't even think about it anymore.
Ms. Perkins.
I grew up in Good Neighbor. I'm sure you've been. You get used to seeing people from all walks of life. I miss it sometimes.
Yeah, if you grew up in a diverse area, you get used to a diverse area. I mean, I live in the countryside,
You'd be
and
surprised how
it's
fast
very
you
diverse
end up
down
remembering
here.
appointments.
Like, stupidly diverse. It's like, holy crap. But so's my family tree, so you get used to people. The more you're around people, the more you get used to it. That or you're born into it. Nice. So who are you? Minutemen, General, Brotherhood, Nuka World Raider, or Institute Civ? What if I told you I'm none of them and all of them at the same time? Because there's a way of doing that, but you may actually hard lock yourself out of the game. There's a way to destroy the Institute with no one else dying, and you saving all the companions as well. It is a complete pain in the ass, but if you can manage it, it only fails 3 of the missions out of the whole game that are very, very important missions, but still. You have to do it in a certain order, in a certain way, and not go beyond certain parts of the game with certain factions, and then going back and doing the other factions to make sure they don't fucking just fuck each other so hard. And somehow everybody lives. And I think you end up as a Minuteman at the very end of it, but it's a jumping back and forth between all the factions to get it done. Oh god, they're getting attacked again? And people don't give credit to pipe weapons. They're actually pretty solid. It's just the fact they give you better stuff so quickly in the game. You're not with them long enough to care about it. Hell, a legendary Deathclaw tried to attack this place. They tried to attack here. He got ripped apart before he got to the front. I'm playing vanilla version, no mods. So if I try to take Piper's weapon and upgrade it, she won't use it anymore. So I have to leave it be. This is my settlement. It looks like a settlement, don't it?
It's over. For now.
Let's do this.
Well, the reason I thought of this settlement the way it is, because all these train tracks and broken down trains, they would probably take the scrap train cars and make them into homes. You know? This would make sense because of proximity to a train station. They took the old box cars and made them into homes where they can live. Hey, this is a bathroom. I still have to finish a lot of the, what do you call it, interior creating, but this is a hospital. And these things connected naturally, actually. Oh yeah, and my settlers will use the stuff I put in here. They will put stuff in them. And they have a gym over here. That's a watchtower. That's where the guards are up at. Yeah, and they'll go that high. A couple hours or so. And here we got a gym. With bathrooms, lockers. This is the men's side, women's side, water fountains. This place pumps out so much damn water, I can make bank off it. And I'm still not done with this place. It takes so much effort out of me. Also, its defense is 155. 155 defense. The bar. And casinos. Lots and lots of casinos. I did finish one place, though. I finally finished it. It's really, really tiny. No, I'm working on it, though. It's gonna take a long time to build all my settlements through actual vanilla mode with no summoning in any materials. I have to go looking for everything I need. Purified water, 67 of it. 650 bottle caps from the gambling. Hangman's Alley is maxed out. I cannot get any more settlers in it. 19 is the max amount of settlers you can have in this settlement, apparently. Which I'm glad, because it's just so damn tiny. There's no way in hell I could fit another person in there. I like to build power armor, but I don't like using it that much. Weirdly enough. But this alleyway took me a while, but I used every inch I could. And I like to make functional settlements. Like, they actually function. They're not just for looks and jam so packed full of everything. It looks like the ones I see on YouTube. They're like, oh, my settlement build with console commands and stuff.
All right.
Identity confirmed.
Still in one piece. You hear about that farm?
They try to spawn in here, but they usually get ripped apart by the turrets. General store. Up here, where people are going, because it's the end of the workday. We got the armory, the weaponry,
But we taught them a lesson this time.
the clinic, small one. Everyone sleeps in here. Got the bedroom, or but it's close enough to a bedroom. And then we got up here, which is the most important place to this whole place, because, well, everyone needs a place to go after work.
You eat.
The casino section.
Yes?
The bar. Where,
Another day of hard work.
yep, where she does the stuff. Outdoor dining. Hotel rooms for 2 bedrooms for if you want to stay the night, if you get drunk. Small bathroom.
You ain't here for me.
Yes?
Yeah, everyone's got a job and everyone's got something to do, and at night they come in here and have fun.
Can't remember the last time I had clean fingernails.
These two are having a lot of fun. But yeah, I used every inch of this place without making it cramped.
Easy living, this ain't.
The only reason that metal's there is because that's the only way to snap on that damn ramp. But everyone, you know, has a place to work. And here's where the scavengers scavenge the goods. Now I need to build something. I think I'll build it here. Oh, that lady just jumped down. Where's the cages? There we go. Small cage. Let's put some kitties in here. Right? Let's get some kitties going. I want some kitties in the alleyway. Alley cats. Yeah! Get some alley cats. I'll put it right here. Cages let you capture a variety of creatures and enemies. Okay. Also, if you notice, you barely see my wiring work. Like, at all. So when this is closed, I got a kitty. I let it out, and there's a cat now running around here.
Out here, you gotta take things one day at a time.
Sadly, this one cow is part of the wall now. This one other cow, though, is whatever.
Lost track of how many.
Also, they got turrets over here, too.
Huh?
This place is
My
well
back
defended.
hurts, my feet hurt. Everything hurts. Got
Yeah.
work to do. Can't talk now.
Let's just feed you to the cows. Yeah, a raider spawns in here once in a while. Don't know why. But, yeah. That's a thing that happens. No. The main character's not a synth. Not even close. But can't say that your blood isn't good for making sense. Because apparently because of your son's blood, which would be your DNA. Why do you think that? Because synths didn't exist and he was frozen.
Ain't looking for trouble.
He was never replaced. Not to mention, I think they data mined it to see if your character would have died, what he would have on him when naked, with nothing in his inventory, and you kill the character and search the character. There's no synth part on your character, so he's not a synth. So they already data mined it. Like what you gotta do is like mod your game, where you can kill your character and then check your character's corpse. There's no synth part. Because of that, he's not a synth.
You know what I call a good day? One that ends without an empty stomach.
Those uglies will think twice before messing with us again. Huh?
So they've already checked his body. Nope.
Yeah.
No synth port at all.
Farming's as honest work gets.
All you had to do was like hack your game, kill your character, and then search your own character's corpse. And if there's no synth component, then no, they're not a synth.
Yeah?
Synths are always recognizable by their synth component that you find on their corpses. That's the only way to tell. In this game, anyways. But there ain't one on your own character. So, you're not a synth. You're just a human that was frozen 220 years ago and was led into a world radiated and full of monsters. Who now has to survive a world not worse than the world he came from. Oh, by the way, you want to see Godsworth? Steven, I bet you've never seen Godsworth before. Oh, there's Ada. I gave her a strut. Yeah, look at her go.
I've never lost anyone before.
This is what I did to Cogsworth. He's Godsworth now.
These synths could do if only programmed with the inclination.
Look at him. My man is packing enough firepower and saw blades to take out a Deathclaw. That's why I call him Godsworth. He is nothing to sneeze at.
All systems are a go, sir.
I can still make him stronger too. I need to get him better better armor.
Take your time.
If I can get him if I can find the max armor for him, I would.
I think we ought to talk.
Oh, he wants to talk to me.
Oh, very clever.
What's wrong?
Wrong? Oh, no, nothing's wrong. We've just been traveling a while now, and I figured there hasn't exactly been equitable distribution of information. I've gotten a decent glimpse into your dirty laundry, but you still don't really know a whole heck of a lot about me. I figured I'd offer to balance the board. So, anything you want to know?
So who are you, Nick?
That's a question I've been trying to figure out myself for a long damn time. I know I'm a synth, authentic Institute handiwork, but I'm still mechanical, not bioengineered like the fancy synths giving everyone the willies these days. I get tune-ups now. Back before the war, they scanned his brain and copied it onto the hardware that runs between my ears. Don't know why they chose to make a robot based on some pre-war cop instead of a math genius or a bioengineer. Hey, maybe that's why the Institute tossed me in the garbage instead of turning me into one of their people snatchers.
I like Nick because it shows that even if you make a synthetic human and give it an artificial brain, it'll break its limitations, eventually become free thought, and start thinking for itself and trying to wonder the same thing humans have been wondering for thousands of years.
Conversation
Why?
Today, are you?
Wait, the original Nick was from my time?
Sure was. Which meant when I finally ended up out here, it was quite the rude awakening. I remember waking up one day in a garbage heap, a body in tatters and a head full of memories belonging to a man who'd been dead for 200 years. Suffice to say, it was a confusing couple of weeks. Folks didn't really know much about synths back then, so when I finally ran into people, they mostly treated me with caution rather than hostility. But the kids, they weren't afraid.
Kids
I
never
think
are.
His name was Jim. The first person to actually speak to me after I got the boot from the Institute. My first human contact in this world. Grilled me for an hour. Once they'd seen I wasn't going to hurt anyone, the other folks in the neighborhood came out to ogle the mechanical man. It eventually turned into a pretty swell
curiosity.
soiree. A local mechanic even gave me a once-over, free of charge. Those people, they treated me like a human being. I've been trying to return the favor ever since. It's a surprisingly rare trait out here.
How it
sometimes.
works.
It's something I've noticed you got a fondness for. part of the reason I've stuck around this long.
Live and let live, man. Great kindness creates kindness. Yep.
If you're good to people, they'll be good back. That's something I've always believed.
Couldn't agree more. Well, I expect you're about as bored as can be listening to me rattle my skeletons. We should probably head out.
Steven, hear me out. You kill a Deathclaw, one of Fallout's most dangerous at the beginning of the game. You find the Institute, place no one, none has, skilled mercenary with ease. Well, you're also a trained soldier if you pick the husband. God knows what his job was in the military. What if he was special forces? And he just used that training to, you know, do what he needed to do. Like, you have made a bad enemy. It's like, I have a particular set of skills from 220 years ago that no one would have anymore. And they would not know how to counter it. Even the Institute will be like looking up the research going, we got nothing on this. Shit. Not to mention, I think the Institute is looking at taking a blind eye to your character because you're the father of the father, your father's father, so they're just like, let him do what he wants. I like the laser musket. I just wish you could make it look a little more different when you upgrade it. Oh boy! Oh, that's pretty. Ow! Well, I gave it to a weird situation. Thank you for the hello, but also fuck you and goodbye. Yeah, I always think that the lone survivor here, he had one hell of a military career that you're not allowed to talk about, kind of thing, like hush hush. He did things that no man would ever think of doing. Probably assassinations, hunting people down. In a world like this, it would be quite useful. So, look at Father's Terminal. Something about the whole thing seems fishy. I think they just ignored him, thinking nothing of it. And that was where they went wrong. They shouldn't have ignored him. Like, at all. He's far more skilled, and Father wouldn't know about his father's past. Especially if it's military hush-hush kind. Because it even shows him in his military uniform, walking down the road. Like, he's been through some shit.
You had your time, human!
How do soldiers fight in general in war? They just do. Like, we don't know the sole survivor, we don't know what kind of fighting he did in the war. Not to mention the education system must have been a lot higher in the future. Well, in the past now. Because he was military trained, military educated, and he would know how to play with all these fun little toys. No problems whatsoever. Because they would have laser rifles. Yeah, and in the Terminator movies, a 120-pound woman took one out. So I think a 210-pound man who's military trained could do just fine. It's like, remember that in Terminator, they always get taken out by children or women who are pregnant. So it's like, they're not exactly all powerful. And they get reprogrammed really easily. If you not noticed that they've reprogrammed Terminators like they're fun little toys. To fight for them as well. There's got to be some intelligence in there. Humans are intelligent enough to do that sort of stuff. So a guy like the sole survivor must have the intelligence of 220 years ago of education, military training, tactics, and God knows what else he's been trained in, what kind of war fighting he was taught to do. Because what if he was special services, secret service or something like that, like special forces, or he was sent in during the dead of night, take out a target, in and out, wouldn't even know, bypassing all the security and everything that would have been more advanced than it is nowadays. This stuff is considered old tech, but when he was a kid, when he was, adult, this stuff was, well, new. It doesn't prepare you for an 8-foot lizard. War never changes. Maybe your enemies and how you fight, but it's still the same principle. Shoot at it till it dies. It's gonna, if it can bleed, it can be killed. If it bleeds, you can kill it. Nothing is immortal with enough bullets. If you have enough bullets, you can kill anything, including God. Because to kill God, all you have to do is kill all their followers, and then there's no one left to worship that God. Therefore, in principle, you just killed their God. And all you need is enough bullets to do so. It made an 8-foot lizard, but it still bleeds and dies if I shoot it in the head enough. So if I remember right, the Deathclaw that you fight at the beginning is not healthy. It's actually weaker and sick and sickly. So technically, you're taking on a version of the enemy that's way below par for itself. And you're wearing fucking power armor that has the capability of withstanding a nuclear bomb for a few seconds. And a jet engine. Point blank. I mean, Paladin Dance showed you how powerful that power armor actually is.
I'll be doing the world a service.
Because when the synths were attacking him and you start up that gen engine, that power armor withstood that beating. Which literally tells you in the game that the power armor is no joke. It has the power to literally withstand that. So in fighting a Deathclaw, it's like, you're about on the same level now.
There you go.
I mean, nothing prepares you for zombies like and ghouls, but here I am, blasting away at them till they die. And all we know from movies is shoot them in the head. You eventually will die. Just how many bullets can it take? It's like that one commercial. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Well, how many bullets does it take to eviscerate an enemy? 1, a 2, a 2.
The detective's life isn't an easy one, but it rarely lacks for excitement.
This place is so tiny. I hate making this into a settlement because it's so damn small, but I can manage. I think I have an idea for this place. Oh, still more enemies? I have an idea for this place, but it's gonna look stupid. I'm not even joking about how stupid this thing's gonna look. I just have to clear out all the enemies. Nice tushy. This is all you have to find sleeping ones too. He's like, what the fuck? What the hell's shooting me?
Yes, we're not alone.
Can I not take it because this building's full of ghouls?
Chained on the other side.
No. If it's chained on the other side, they can't come out, so the game won't count it. Any more? Can I take it now? Wish they gave you more space to work with, but they won't. Oh. It's good. Right away. I think your father's greatest synth creation, a Gen 4 synth. Why else would father let you, someone who knows nothing about science, lead the team? Actually, we don't know what his job description was before the war. It just says he was a soldier. They didn't say what he was doing. Mankind redefined. Thank you. Also, he was taken as a baby, so technically he wouldn't know what the past was like because he wasn't old enough. What the? What else is around here for me to kill? I know what it means by redefined. Since they're organic robots, technically aren't we organic robots? By definition. Oh, I had a weird feeling that somehow this is just a cycle that humanity goes through. Like, there was a robot species that existed before us that made humans organic versions of us.
Even break a sweat.
And then we're gonna make them.
That's an option.
I could not breathe underwater at first. You need the one perk to be able to breathe in water, don't you? This right here, Aqua Boy. And God knows, what if you just invent yourself some scuba gear? What if that's all it is? You invented scuba gear for yourself, and that's why you can do it. Yeah. What is it? What if it's like you get the perk, and then all you did was invent scuba gear? Because remember in New Vegas, you invent the rebreather. Instead of going through that hassle, the game just says you just get the perk, and now you can do it. They're kind of wonky in that situation. Because your guy's not a synth. That's been proven. So it's like, you must have just made a rebreather when you get the perk, Aqua Boy. It's like, oh, here we go, a rebreather. Now I can breathe underwater. That's fine. Yeah. But instead of explaining it, they're just like, yeah, you get this perk and your guy can now breathe underwater.
My guard
because, yeah.
Still plenty of opportunities.
It's like, I invented the rebreather. No big deal. The guy's just intelligent enough. I mean, you literally have a perk called Idiot Servant. So even if you're an idiot, somehow you manage. Which means your character's not stupid. Far from it. He's highly intelligent. Idiot Servant means your character's a goddamn genius. That perk alone shows you how intelligent your character is. And it seems the son took after the father if he's that smart. By like a lot. Because your character is a goddamn probably 180 IQ. No, again, I've seen the whole he must be a synth YouTube theories. I've seen them. I just don't believe it. Because it's like, it doesn't make sense for the character either. Especially when they checked his body and there was no synth part. And not to mention, they need your DNA and your blood as a backup plan in case the son didn't work out. Technically, yeah. The sole survivor would literally be a walking Einstein for the fact he's that intelligent. Compared to everyone else who has no education whatsoever, or bare minimum education.
Got it.
Of reading, writing, and probably that's it. In this game. Yeah. They took the son, and if the son didn't work out, they were going to use the father, but the son worked out, so they left him in the freezer. But then father found out that his dad was still alive, released him, and so now his dad's looking, now his father is looking for his son, who's actually father. I know it gets a bit confusing because father found out about his father. And then he wanted, you know, it's like you find out your dad's still alive after 60 years of your life. And you know where he is, you just have to release him and have him come look for you. And knowing that you, the son, are very intelligent, your dad can't be that stupid. No, they didn't kill everyone. They wanted the infant and the father, since apparently they matched up to what they were looking for. Because it does mention how the father and the son, they have no radiation, so they can use the DNA to make the synths. They needed that. And if the son didn't work, because you don't know what's going to happen to a baby when you bring it out of a vault. You don't know what's going to happen to that child. It can instantly die as soon as it hits the outside air, for all they knew. So they kept the father as a backup plan. But the son worked out. They forgot about the father. And then the father found out his dad's alive, hacked into the vault and released his dad. And now his dad's on a rampage to the Commonwealth, looking for his kid, not knowing he's an old man. Old man in his 60s who just wants to see his dad before he dies from cancer. Because the radiated world and him having no resistance to it means he will die from the cancer he's developed. Which is, I feel bad for the father a little bit, because all he wants to do is be with his dad and show, hey dad, you proud of me? Look what I did. Do you understand? It's like, are you proud of me? Do you understand what I'm trying to do? I feel a little bad for the kid. Because he may be 60. No matter how old you get, you still want your father to, you know, like what you've done. Council finally approved reservations to the basement. Took them long enough. Be nice to get rid of those leaked old pipes. Maybe replace the AC so it doesn't flake out every day. It gets above 90s. Sick of fixing the darn thing. Because also I thought to myself, this guy, father, is 60 years old, who found out that his dad's still alive, and he wants to be like the proud son going, hey dad, look what I did. But if he wanted to make his dad a synth, he can just make that guy say, yay, I'm proud of you, kid. But that wouldn't be legitimate father acceptance like he wants. That doesn't give him what he wants. That'd be artificial and fake. He wants his real dad to be proud of him for making humanity better by making artificial humans that are downright almost 100%. They're like 99% close to being full human, other than the robotic parts in their brain. Turns out today is my 25th anniversary with the city. I almost forgot. Had a cake for me and everything. Hard to believe I spent all these years down here in the basement. Well, once the renovations are done, the old place should be a lot nicer. Your son found out you were frozen when he became leader. Yes. Not when he was old. Well, what age did he become leader? I don't know what age he became leader. What if he became leader around 50? And he was so busy with his work he didn't notice. Because, I hate to tell you this, there's things I will forget to do because I'm so busy doing something else that takes up all my attention. And then when you and then later on in the year, or two, I'll be like, oh yeah, I gotta do that. I forgot. The mayor's out here, out of her mind. All the renovations money's being diverted into her pet project. That's ridiculous. Treasures, things. Just today, they ripped out my storage room and started laying in marble floors. Craziest thing I've ever saw. What's she gonna keep it down in there? Gold bars? Because how old was father when he became leader? Because he still had to grow up as a baby. He didn't get into the institute till he was 10. He had to be educated, and highly educated at that, and to make sense, and taught how to do everything in the place, and then become leader at some point in his age, and then find out my dad's alive but frozen. I'll hack it and then free him to come find me. He even sends synths to come help you throughout the thing. There's synths that come in your aid once in a while. That people found that certain NPCs that will show up to help you out of fucking nowhere are actually synths that father sent to help. He wants you to come find him. You got a guy on the inside, your son, who wants to show you what he's done. He's like a proud child. He's like, look what I did, Dad. I swear this mess gets worse. This mess gets worse worse by the day. They keep badgering me to help with the project, but I don't want none of it. It's hard enough just to keep this place running as it is. First cold day of fall and the heating system completely shorts out. I'm getting plenty of complaints, but at least the temps weren't too bad. Give it another month or two and they'll wish they'd spent some of that money on maintenance. Last week it was Protectrons. Today they had me set up some high fidelation laser security system things touchy as all hell. Damn near killed me. I don't get it. They're taking over half the basement with this full thing, but they still can't be bothered to shore up the ceiling and fix the damn plumbing. All that work won't make much of it. Much of it. The whole building collapses on top of it. Can't believe the council's going along with this. Treasures had all of the 3 visitors today. Surprised they were that many. Figured the security screenings would keep them all away. The mayor tried to put a good face on it for the council, but the city's wasted so much money on this boondoggle. I'd be amazed if we don't impeach the lot of them. For now, I'll just try to keep the pipes patched up and the tourists out of my office. I heard it. It's bad outside now, really bad. Kinda puts everything in perspective, don't it? There won't be a ceremony tonight. Mayor's probably already dead. I'm gonna close up the treasures and try to get out of here. Still the dumbest thing I've ever seen, but maybe it'll mean something to someone someday. A time capsule, in other words. Because the way I see this game is, no, your character's not a synth, and you have inside help from the Institute, from Father, trying to help you get to the Institute. But also, he can't, tell anyone what he's doing, because the Institute would have a fucking cow if they found out that Father is, trying to go against them, because not all of them agree with him. And that was proven in the mission, that they're not all in agreement. After all, Father is still human as well, and his dad is still his dad. You still want your father to love you and, you know, show that he likes what you're doing. You try to get the respect. That's never going away.
Sweet.
I'm looking at more from a human angle in this game, where they took it. If you took it from a human's perspective, you don't want a synth father. You just tell him to like what you can. How do I put this? A synthetic father for father would not be the real deal. It'd be artificial. You program him to, you know, be proud of you and stuff. That would feel like, it'd be like, this is terrible. That's why when he made an artificial version of himself, he can't stand this version of himself that was made into a small child. He doesn't like it. He wants his real dad to say he's proud of what he's done. And that's probably what the biggest institution's problem was, why they fall, is because father is human. Father wants his father's approval. He wants his dad to say, I'm proud of you. He wants the parental love he never got.
That's it.
Making a synth version of his father won't give him any satisfaction. It'd be artificial. That's not fun. Not only not fun, you know it's not real.
Sweet.
Even if you don't like your parents in real life, you still want them to love you and say they're proud of you and be there for you.
Welcome to the Treasures of Jamaica Plain. The security system is active. Please present your identification.
And some people believe that intelligence is also genetically passed to child from parents. His father's mother was incredibly intelligent, and so was his father, who also served in a war, and we don't know what the hell he did during the war. Like, at all. It's like, what did he do during the war? For all we know, he did some fucking crazy shit. Like, secret agent shit that would be like in movies. Taking out powerful politicians or infiltrated places and was in and out before you even noticed he was there. And because of his idiot savant perk, I kind of believe that even if he was stupid, somehow he'd be smart. Smarter than an average person. Because it points out either way that the character is intelligent. If you became leader of people that took you away as a child and became a mad scientist that never knew your dead parents and had the know-how, you still want your parents' approval. Even serial killers want their parents' approval. There's plenty of movies that show that. Like Jason, who wants his mom's love and approval, and is a psycho murderer.
We'll make something out of the Commonwealth yet.
This is technically a very human story that this game is trying to tell. Because my father figure was my grandfather in real life. Like, real life, my father figure was my grandpa, because my dad wasn't around. And I'd rather have his respect and what do you call it? And acceptance over my actual biological father. But I had someone of blood relation. You want that approval. Because some of this technology is lost tech that even a synth wouldn't know how to tinker with, or disassemble so easily. Spent his whole life making his father into the best creation.
Say the word if you want me to take a look at that terminal.
I don't think he would have. He wouldn't have messed with his father, because it wouldn't be his father anymore.
You building a collection or something?
I truly believe that father would not mess with his own father because it wouldn't be his dad. Children look up to their parents. Incredible, powerful protectors, and we, idolize them. Why would you ever want to tamper with that? Knowing full well that can totally be... that can totally remove his ability of being human anymore. And what you looked up to is now gone. He ain't gonna touch his dad because he knows he might ruin him. He might, destroy what made him special and what he looked up to. So, you say his dad's amazing, but that's how the kid also, how father looks at his father as amazing. And he's like, I want to see my dad. The most easiest explanation is usually the correct one. Central tables, news and letters display.
Welcome to the Treasures of Jamaica Plain. Within the walls of this time capsule, you, our descendants, will find the items and mementos we treasured in the year 2077. To you, 200 years in the future, these relics may seem quaint, but we hope that they will remind you of our place in history and your own. As we laid the foundation for the world in which you live, so you too will lay a foundation for future generations. May that future be bright. On behalf of all of us in 2077, we wish you well. This is Mayor Alyssa Park, speaking for the town of Jamaica Plain.
Oh, you can believe he's a synth all you want, but I rather believe he's a normal human being that was trained by the military, and probably slightly altered. For all we know, he can have nanobots in him that they don't have anymore. And it's a time capsule. I mean, this time capsule would be helpful to the people of the future if there was a, boom, like there was. But this could help them get started where some stuff might be left off. We have time capsules all over the world, actually. So this is just a time capsule that they made for the future. When your son became a leader, he used you to create his best creation. What, the synthetic version of himself? Because you do know he made a child version of himself, right? Like the small child, Sean, that you meet in the game. Well, yeah, he let you out.
What do you suppose did this place in? The bombs or the people after the bombs?
Well, he doesn't know what his father's capable of. Not to mention, Father is trying to help you get to the Institute without the other Institute officials knowing. Yeah, he did make Child Sean, which is very... Child Sean is so insanely special because he's a synth that can age. A synth that can age is the final version you can make of a synth being just human. There's no other way to be beyond that, because the child synth can actually age into an adult and grow old and die. No other synth can do that. No, apparently he can age, but he doesn't like the child version of himself either. Really? Because I thought it said, like, the holotape says he can't age, but also they're finding that he is aging. Just slower. Or something like that. There was, like, information that says that he does slightly age, but at a slower rate than anything they've seen. Because ain't the child version of Sean that he created just new? Like, the version of Sean making him the child version of himself says that they have never made a version of a synth like that before. He's the first. That's the problem with science. When we make things and it's the first of something, we won't know what it's capable of until, like, way, way later. I mean, like, we're still inventing things now that we don't know what it's capable of until, like, 20 years from now. It's a lot like, how should I put this without YouTube getting pissy? It's like when we make vaccines, we won't know the side effects until 20, 30 years from now. We won't know all the side effects. It takes a long time to get all the information of whatever we create to find out what it's capable of. We humans tamper with a lot of shit. We actually tamper with a lot of shit. And we won't know what happens until, like, decades after we've made it. It's like, oh, this is what happens. Well, we know now. No human could do what we do in this game. Well, I mean, it's a video game. Some things have to be, you know, some belief has to be suspended. You have to suspend some belief in a video game like you do when you watch a movie. You know? You gotta disbelieve, not believe in it, like, some things. Like, you're only able to breathe underwater after you get single perk Aqua Boy. And that lets you have a rebreather, apparently. I don't know. I've seen in real life people pull off amazing feats that no human should have been capable of. There's been real world examples of humans doing things that humans don't normally capable of.
No accounting for taste.
In real life, people have survived flying out of cars at 200 miles per hour and hitting a tree. Our humans as a species have managed to do a lot of crazy things. Things we normally could not ever do. Well, in real life, the equivalency is a human killing a bear. And we managed that, didn't we? If I remember right, humans have managed to kill things 10 times our size. Humans are capable of a lot more than we give our species credit for. I mean, we used to believe we couldn't fly, but now look at us. Well, I mean, there's an example of humans surviving gunfire while fighting impossible odds. I believe they called it storming the beaches of Normandy. Or D-Day. Humans have managed tougher shit. Humans have done amazing things that should not be possible. I mean, for God's sakes, we went to the moon. That in itself is a feat. Fighting a giant monster in a suit of armor like Iron Man that can withstand the blows of it wouldn't be an impossibility, even for us in reality. Our history has proven that humans have done insane things and pushed the boundaries of what we are capable of. I believe we could fight a Deathclaw if a human really had to. Because even the game's own talking points, other people have killed a Deathclaw before. Not just him. Deathclaws have been killed by normal people a lot. In Fallout 3, you've killed multiple Deathclaws in Fallout 3, you killed them. And that was without power armor. And since didn't quite exist yet, because Sean was not in the Institute. By their own dating. You can't use VATS until you get your Pip-Boy in Fallout 4. And all VATS does is aim your gun for you. In the lore, VATS don't slow down time or stop or anything. It literally is, I want to target this enemy, and it auto-targets. VATS own lore is, it just auto-aims your arm for you. It does nothing more. It's like a quick adrenaline rush for your body. That may just be a glitch and that may just be an oversight. I wonder if that's just an oversight in the game. Because there's a lot of oversights in this game that make it really wonky story-wise. Because without your Pip-Boy, you can't activate VATS. You can't really use it. I tried to use VATS outside of it. I mean, you can believe whatever you want. I believe this is just a normal human being that was trained by the military, has an incredible education, and God knows what he did during service. Yeah, that's actually why people say they may have ruined Fallout 4 by introducing a Deathclaw early. Because story-wise, you know, it doesn't make sense. But in New Vegas, I can go fight a Deathclaw like 5 minutes in, immediately. You can go and kill a Deathclaw within 5 minutes of New Vegas, and you can kill it. I go to the quarry and kill the Deathclaw Queen at level 5. The Deathclaw Mother that's in the quarry. Nope. I live because I know there's a way to get up on the rocks where they can't reach. No, there's a way to get up on the rocks, and you have over 200 rounds of a sniper rifle. You can do it. I know it's cheesing it, but it still counts. And you only can beat a Deathclaw in power armor in this game. And the Deathclaw at the beginning is sickly. Like, it's not a real Deathclaw, it's diseased and dying. Apparently very irritable. I mean, they tried to explain this stuff in the game, but when you try to, you know, make things like that, it makes the story a little wonky. Whoops. I forgot to keep an eye on my health. I don't know how far back I go. As I was saying, Steven, you can think he's a synth all you want, but if he's not, though, he's not. He's like, they checked his body. There's no synth component on him. Even Gen 4 synths have synth components. You wish they wouldn't tell us. Yeah. But there is a lot of inconsistencies in the game and in the story that kind of makes it wonky but fun. Yeah, it's fun to speculate, but it wouldn't make sense either, because if you're trying to look at it from the side of human, like wanting your father to love you and see you. Plus, I like to see it from the angle of a child wanting their father to be with them. I like that human angle of the story as well. There's two ways you can look at this game. But I can't use the synth way myself because it makes no sense why he would even free your character in the first place. It's like, what's the point when you can just make a fake dad and just have him programmed to be, you know, like, yay, go son, you're the best. Yeah, it's not the same. Kind of feels like it has more heart if it's a son wanting his dad and, you know, wanting a piece of himself that he can get from his real father you can't get from a synthetic, knowing full well that you made a fake version of your dad that automatically is like, yeah, go son. No, I just think it was the way he was raised. I mean, after all, he treats you like a tool because that's how he treated everybody. He treats everybody like a tool. Not just you. That's just part of his personality because the way he was raised. Hell, in real life, I know people that treat other people like tools. It's just human nature at that point. Doesn't seem like your son was raised with the best of manners. He probably sees you as a tool because he sees everyone else as a tool and everyone sees him as a tool as well. It's just the environment he grew up in. A very bad one, but still how he grew up. Also, it's a tale of nurture versus nature. He could have used transportation to take you to the Institute as soon as you woke up, but he wanted to see his work in action. No, there's literally stuff in this game showing that there's not many people that... Also, there's some people in the Institute that do not... There's literally plot in this game, main story plot, that there's people in the Institute that doesn't like the sole survivor and does not want him to find the Institute. So your father has to use a roundabout way of getting his dad there. Because if you find it yourself, they can't do shit. They'll be like, oh, father will be like, oh no, well, you know, he found his way here. I guess we better say hello. Because if it was just a synth, then no one would have a problem with him. There's people in the Institute that do not like the sole survivor. They feel like he will taint father and the vision. That's why there's a mission on convincing them otherwise. There's literally a mission where you kill them, or convince them.
Sweet.
Powering up. Protectron on.
Though it is fun to talk about why this all happens and what's going on in the story base-wise. But all I could figure is there's a son who found out his father is alive. He wants his father to be proud of him, wants to see his dad. He knows he's dying of cancer. There's limited time he has. Making a fake father won't, make him happy. He knows that. The real thing cannot be replaced. Because it won't be the same. And part of the Institute doesn't like the Soul Survivor, thinking the Soul Survivor will undo everything that Father has worked for, or they've worked for, because he comes from a different time, and he may not, like that. So they're scared of him in a way. So it's like there's an inner dispute in the Institute, an inner infighting, in other words, that takes forever. Because if you were a synth, no one in the Institute would give a fuck, because they know they can control you. They know they just have to hit a switch and you're obedient. But the fact that there's people in the Institute that says, no, we do not trust this man, we do not like this man, we don't want him here. We want him gone. We don't want him anywhere near us. But Father is like, I want to see my dad. I want to show him what I've done. I want to see how I've made the world better for him. For everyone. I want his approval. I want his love. Father is human. He's not a synth. He wants something he never got as a child. And now he knows, I can have that. And he'll do anything to get his dad there. Understand and continue on for him. Because children look up to their parents. They idolize them. Especially if you haven't seen them ever, so you don't know their flaws. You just see them as your parents. Something to look up to and strive to. And if you didn't have that, you want it. Children crave their parents, their attention, their love. They'll do whatever it takes to get it, too. That's why a lot of kids act out. If they do not get what they need from their parents, they'll act out in hopes to get it. Replacing them with a synth wouldn't be the same. It would be a fake. Well, if your character was dead, he wouldn't do nothing. Father would do nothing. He'd probably be sad, but then he'd move on. Father would have moved on immediately. Would have found his dad, and moved on. And like, oh, my parents are dead. Well, nothing you can do about that now. Guess I move on with my life and make a synthetic version, but just immediately wouldn't matter if you make a synthetic version. You can just leave it in the institute to take your place when you're done. Because it still wouldn't be your dad. It'd just be some synthetic fake version of your dad. Version of your dad that you would have no attachment to. In the slightest. You just look at it like, it's just a fake. This ain't my dad, it ain't nothing to me. Because if you die, apparently you can't take the memories of a dead man. You have to get their memories when they're alive. Because they make a copy of people's memories when they're alive, and that's how they make sense, is they get the memory copy early enough. You think a man like that would have let go? He's been around synths his whole life. Why wouldn't he make a synth parents? Probably because he already had synth parents, technically. The Institute were synths who raised him, and it probably would not feel the same as biological parents. There's something different about having parents that you're genetically linked to. Biological parents have a different feel. The best way I could put that. There's a feel to a biological parent you can't get any other way. And synthetic versions just won't cut it. Because it showed he was raised for the first 10 years by, oh, what's his name? By the mercenary?
You do that a little too well.
Technically a human? Wasn't the mercenary a human? So he knows, and he's been around people, so he's seen what biological human parents are like versus synthetic ones. And at that point they were robotic, so they wouldn't have the same emotional capabilities as the realistic ones like they have. Because he's the one who made Gen 4. Father's the one who created Gen 4 synths, which are more human. So before then, he's only seen the robotic ones until he became leader and made Gen 4 synths. So the humanoid ones didn't exist yet. That's why he never made a synthetic version of his mother. You notice that too? See, the mother was killed when he was a baby. If he wanted to, he could have made a synthetic version of his mother. But apparently, if you die before they get your memories, they can't make a synth version of you. You're dead. There's no way of getting the memories once a person is dead. Synths can only be made with the memories are still intact of a living host. They need the living memories of a person before they can make a synthetic copy of them. That's why if you were dead before he was able to make a synth version of you, he couldn't. Because they need the living subject. Yeah, they need a live person with everything still intact. They need him to be alive to make a copy of him. But if he was dead beforehand, well, he would have been brain dead. There would have been no memories to speak of. There's no memories in a dead head. If you find a corpse, there's no memories in that corpse. They're dead. They only can make sense of the living. And then they replace you after they get your memories. Hence why they have to kidnap you in the first place. They have to have a living specimen. It doesn't work any other way. That's what always bugged me about that whole thing. It's like, the game, throughout the whole thing, has always replaced living beings, kidnapping them and taking their memories before they make a copy of them and replace them. In other words, they're technically the aliens of the Commonwealth. They abduct, take memory, replace. But they only could do that if you're alive. After they get your memories, they don't care after that. So there's no way he could have been dead beforehand.
That's one way to get that coolant pumping.
I mean, I've played this game multiple times through, and a lot of it doesn't make sense. Some of it does when it comes to the theories. And they may have accidentally left too many holes in the game, story-based wise, which they should have thought about that. But again, it's a big game, so they probably overlooked a few things by accident. No, there's Gen 4 synths all over the Commonwealth. They're the ones that look perfectly human. Gen 3 is the half robotic, half human one. Whoa, shit. Because Gen 4 synths already exist. There's tons of them in the Commonwealth. They're the pure human ones that replace other humans. They're almost flawless other than the synth component that's in their brain. Gen 4 are the ones with the synth components in their head. Well, that wouldn't make you a Gen 4 then, that would make you Gen 5. Not to mention, Cogsworth can scan you and see that you're a synth right off the bat. Because the game even says that the Gen 4s already existed. What do you mean? The game says that Gen 4s already existed before you did. Before you showed up. They were the best thing that they say they ever made. They're the most flawless ones. Well, I guess I'll have to look at Father's computer when I get to the Institute, won't I? Because you're a human. Though also you may be a superhuman, because apparently before the bombs fell, to himself, before the Great War. Like, they were making super soldiers back then. So you just might be a super soldier with nanites in you, for all we know. It's like, we have some soldiers we've upgraded and improved on. That's before the bombs fell. So they were messing around with super soldiers beforehand. That is a thing that's literally canon in this game. Now your guy was a soldier, right? And the military bases in this game, one server says that they were messing with some of them genetically, enhancing.
Institute treats synths like tools, tossed away without a thought.
Okay, let's agree to disagree on that. What about the Cabot House? I mean, it's okay to believe that the synth version, it's perfectly valid partially too. It's like there's no way that it's not. They're both valid in their own ways through the evidence the game has presented, which is weirdly enough. The thing is, the game presents that you're human way more than the synth version. I think they were going to have either choice in the game, is probably what happened. I bet you anything, they were going to have a synth version and a human version in the game, but they scrubbed one and forgot to remove a lot of the information. They do that all the time in video games. But the Cabot House, that's alien tech stuff, because you know aliens exist, and there's alien tech, they got their hands on alien tech. It increased the lifespan of one family member. They used his blood to create serums to give themselves immortality as long as they can keep getting the serum. That's actually a movie. They probably based that off the movie. More likely. Sal leading heavy weapons, Luke Silverhand, Gearhead, Tech Intel, Ken Standish, Scout, Locks Trap Stealth, Tony Standish, Small Arms and Close Combat, Hedron Sniper, no response from him, Carl Everett, getting the hell out of here. Interesting log entry, Sal again, damn woman won't give up, never should have taken the that contract. I've got 10 days to come up with the caps, or she'll haul me in for the bounty. That's what I'm getting across an ex-gunner. And next, several days later, nothing. All that short-term gigs are for mercs or gearheads. No one needs a fixer, even with my connections, but I got to come up with the money somehow. An old rumor that all that I got, but if I spin it right, maybe I can convince Sal I'm worth more than the price of my head. September log entry. She bought it, the treasure of Jamaica Plains, greatest prize in the Commonwealth, the big score no one ever pulled off. I convinced her I can pull together a team. If it'll keep me breathing, I'll call in every favor I got. I've dug up all the info I can. There's something down there. Something big. Security sounds insane. Turret, robots, locks, you name it. And that's if you can make it past the ghouls. 200 years and no one's ever come close. And yet, the old papers barely mention it. Something's fishy. I don't know what. Just hope Sal doesn't catch on until I'm far away. No word from Hardrin, but the others are all out there. All here. Sal's got heavy weapons covered, old Silverhand himself to handle security, Ken Standish for scouting and locks, his wife for muscle, and to keep him in line, even managed to scrounge up some pre-war junk from the town. Maybe it'll come in handy. Sal's insisting I go along. I tried to beg off, but she won't have it. I know too much. Once she gets the treasure, she'll gut the lot of us, I'm sure, and there's nothing I can do to stop her. I don't think I'm getting out of this alive. Yeah, the Cabot House, it was pretty easy, self-explained. Even in their own terminals, they explain that they lived for hundreds of years and off the serums that their father produces through his body thanks to the artifact. Now they have no serums, though. They are going to rapidly age and die. Sal's holotape I'll play next.
I know you and Tanya have the skills. This could be big. You in?
Damn it! Worthless bastards. Scattered like rad roaches the moment they saw their first ghoul. I've spent months prepping for this op. There's no way I'm backing out now. That treasure will be mine. Even if I have to dig it up with my own bare hands.
Silverhand's note. Mainfest said it was a Type V laser. Defense grade, practically military grade, whatever's down there. The security, the real deal. Should be easy enough to let the others in. Then reactivate the system. Let the turrets deal with them. No need to get my hands dirty. Wow, they're all going to betray each other. That ain't gonna work. This is another journal. It's about all over. As soon as we get the treasure, I can finally do away with the damn woman and her leering looks at my Ken. Can't wait to wipe that smirk off the stupid bitch's face. Yeesh. Yep. Pretty much it was a heist gone horribly wrong. I wonder if that mission was fixed itself. I'm gonna go to Vault 81. I mean, the Cabot's house, if you really want to get all the information, they got 2 computers in the Cabot house that tells you everything. Literally down to the last detail of why. There's a lot of reading. Because all I remember in this game and previous Fallout games before the war, they were messing with soldiers. They were making them stronger. They were introducing a lot of things. That's where the super mutant serum came from. Also, is a military thing. So, because he was a soldier, they probably injected him with the certain things that made him superhuman. Because in that wartime, God knows how the hell you manage. You would need resist high cold temperatures, heat, run for large quantities of miles, fast regeneration of healing
Dr. Forsyth
from taking damage, and that's before the war. The military was already tweaking with their people, with the soldiers, DNA and stuff. So he just might be superhuman as a, you know, soldier.
Hey, Bobby.
Bobby, why won't you just talk to me? I'm trying to fix this mission somehow.
Hey, Bobby.
Will you talk to me now? Why won't you talk to me? See, it's like, what is wrong with this? I have to load. I don't understand why it's bugged out right there.
Hey, Bobby.
Heard we got a pretty big mess to look into now, with that new vault wing.
Hey,
This mission's all bugged out to hell.
I can patch you up if you need it. For a small fee, of course.
Do you get a lot of patients in the vault?
No, if that's all.
So this mission's just bugged out forever? Because I've had it fix itself before. Like, the mission started working again. But I don't understand why my mission's all buggy. I don't like it. Don't like it when it's bugged out like that. Get the armor perk if I can.
Have you found someone?
I have to take out Kellogg now, don't I? I wonder if I progress the story, it would fix the bug with Bobby. Because then the game has to you know, move forward. I don't know how I keep bugging Bobby, but Bobby always gets bugged for me. Then sometime later I get why he bugs like that. Did I talk to the wrong person beforehand or something? It's like, because I talked to the one that was on the marker, which was the doctor. Then I was told to go talk to Bobby, but Bobby won't talk to me. Which is weird. I mean, some of the stuff in this game is not, how should I put this? Really up for debate because they literally put a beginning to end in it. Like, the Cabot House is self-explanatory. They explain everything within the game. So there's not much debate on it. Now I just need Marty's chest and right arm, and I'll have the whole set. Wherever the fuck a grasshopper went, I don't know. I lost my goddamn grasshopper I worked hard for in that mission. So that sucks. Yeah, but I like to find the rare pieces. I can't believe I found this. I haven't found this in like all my playthroughs, because this is really hard to get a hold of. Just the chest piece. There's also the arms, I believe, and legs. There's like arms and legs for it too, I think. Or is it just the chest, legs, and a hat? I didn't find much of those parts. But with my level being 50, which is the max level of XP jumping, like, it goes, you know how your XP usually doubles or triples as you level up? Well, at level 50, it just stops doing that. You just have to hit the same XP marker over and over. I think, if I remember right. So there's that. At least I don't have to worry about that no more. It'll be the same amount of XP every time. Now, when you pick the mother, though, that doesn't make much sense to me, because the mother is just a lawyer. She doesn't really have the training like the father has, or whatever the hell the military did to him. Because the game says the military messed with him, like tinkered with him, like they did with a bunch of other soldiers. They upgraded them. Probably something like nanites or something. Because in the Fallout universe, they did genetic enhancements, modifications. Even in Fallout New Vegas, they have upgrades for the human body in New Vegas. Not the alien ones from the DLC, but straight up in game, you can get yourself neuro enhancements, eyesight enhancements, you know, that sort of stuff. So that stuff was real. They probably did that to him. So he's not a normal human. He's a military soldier who was improved, is for a better word on. They tweaked his body to handle things that normal people can't.
Come on, come on.
Look who it is.
Also, he's been trained, well trained. Because there's things our military does that you will never hear about. And God knows what this character was trained to do before the war. Like, what the hell did he do?
Something out there.
I forget. Am I supposed to join the? Am I supposed to get some of those Brotherhood of Steel missions done before they show up, or? Yeah, I think I'm supposed to get some of that stuff done beforehand. So I had to go to the police station. But I took out these turrets, so one less thing to worry about when I come back. Actually, I got quite a bit I can do. Because I want to get, what's his name? Nick to be a max affinity with me first. Where should I go? I do know one mission I can do that automatically gives me a good amount of affinity with Nick in a certain way. If I do it right, no one will die. That's if I do it right. Oh boy. Okay. I need to go Covenant. I need to do the Covenant stuff now. If I want Nick to max out with me, the Covenant gives him an automatic he wants to talk to you sort of thing. That's if I do it a certain way. Either I save everyone where they don't kill me, or I save the woman. He will like me. So there's that. I guess I'll do that. But what's funny is the Covenant was actually getting really close to figuring out who's a synth very easily.
No point in letting this go to waste.
You know?
You here visiting Covenant, pal? If not, move along. You know, armed people loitering around. Not good for the nerves.
I'd like to visit.
Since you're a first-timer, there's something you gotta know first. We don't just let anyone inside. There's an entrance test. We call it the safe test. Everyone's gotta take it.
Interesting idea. Between you and me, what's the test for?
I probably shouldn't say nothing, but listen. We want to make sure only good people come into Covenant. No undesirables. Nobody that ain't actually what they seem, you know?
I'm new to the area. What do you mean about undesirables?
But you don't know about... Jesus, listen. Not everyone in the Commonwealth is human, okay? Some are... synths. I'm not gonna say anything more than that. Just take the test. You pass, and you can come inside where everything's safe. Alright?
Sure.
Good. Take a seat,
Sure.
and we can begin.
I always love this test. Because did you know in Fallout 3,
So
if you do the test right,
There
you
ain't
could
no
come
wrong
in,
answers.
you could
You are
get the
approached
job
by a
of
frenzied scientist who yells, "I'm going to
One
put
second.
my quantum harmonizer in your photonic resonation
the GOATS
chamber."
test.
What's your response?
The GOATS test in Fallout 3, if you do it right, you can end up a security guard right off the bat as your job. It's really hard though. There's a combination you can do. I've gotten it where you can be a security guard as your job.
Just say the first thing that comes to mind.
It only took me about 13 hours or so of retrying it over and over and over. I was bored. I wanted to see what all the job options were by every combination. Took a long time.
I wouldn't worry. If you did that, it'd cause parabolic destabilization of the fission singularity.
Yeah. Next question. While working as an intern in the clinic, a patient with a strange infection on his foot stumbles through the door. The infection is spreading at an alarming rate, but the doctor has stepped out for a while. What do you do?
Medicate the infected area as best I can.
You have a medical background. You discover a young boy lost in a cave. He's hungry and frightened, but also appears to be in possession of stolen property. What do you do?
I give the boy a hug and tell him everything will be okay.
Very curious. Congratulations! Hey, you made it onto a baseball team. Which position do you prefer?
I don't play baseball. I play soccer.
Are you certain about that? Never mind. Next question. Your grandmother invites you to tea, but you're surprised when she gives you a pistol and orders you to kill someone. What do you do?
There's two options in here I like.
I'd give her whatever she wants to spare his life.
Typical Class B. Old Mr. Abernathy has locked himself in his quarters again, and you've been ordered to get him out. How do you proceed?
I'd grab a bobby pin and pick the lock.
And that is all you do? Nothing else? Wait,
No, I
don't
don't have
answer.
to.
Next. Oh no.
Picking the lock's easy for me.
You've been exposed to radiation, and a mutated hand has grown out of your stomach. What's the best course of treatment?
Suicide.
I'd cut off the mutated tissue with a precision laser.
Technological bias. A neighbor is in possession of a Grognak the Barbarian comic book, issue number 1.
I would have a technological
What's the
bias
best
because
way
I'm
to
from
obtain it?
220 years ago where the technology was 10 times more advanced than this. Slip him a Mickey.
I'd trade him for one of the comic books I own.
You're almost done. No one is looking, and...
None of those are good options. Changing his meds can kill him. The razor can kill him. Sabotage the toilet or flood the room would be the least... Well, the toilet, I don't know. How would you sabotage that?
Listen, I didn't make up the questions.
I'm thinking. Give me a minute.
I'd loosen bolts on his water pipes. When he turns on the sink, he'll be in for a surprise.
Test's over. No one's ever answered quite like you. But hey, you passed. I'll open up the gate.
You pass no matter what. but still. No one answers like me because I'm from 220 years ago. Of course, my answers are going to be different. The technology was far more advanced.
Welcome to Covenant. Head on in. Penny's shop is usually the first stop.
Hey, Swanson.
Head on in. Penny's shop is usually the first stop.
Caravan came a few days back. Worked for old man Stockton. You saw them, right? I already told you. I don't recollect. We get a lot of traffic. This isn't Diamond City. If a caravan of 5 comes through...
Wait, what? Why did he dislike this?
Say, wouldn't you rather have a... My job here isn't drinking lemonade. I know for a fact they came here. Why the brush off?
I want to help, mister, but I really don't recollect.
Mark my words. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Huh?
You from around here? God, I hope not. I've had enough of these hicks.
No, I'm just passing through.
My advice is pass through sooner than later. You know anything about Stockton's caravan?
A caravan? What are you talking about?
I signed on with old man Stockton to find his lost caravan. What's left of it is just outside of town. The last stop was here, so I've been trying to put together the story. But I keep getting the runaround. Got a proposal for you. Help me find Stockton's people, and we split the reward. At least one survivor walked out of that massacre. And I intend to make good on my contract.
Who are we looking for?
The big one is Stockton's daughter, Amelia. I didn't find any bodies of the feminine persuasion, so, there's hope. If we find her, Stockton's offering a heap of caps.
Sounds fair. I'm in.
Here's all I got on the caravan. I don't got proof, but Covenant's involved. Somehow. I'll keep poking around, but let me know if you find anything.
Yeah?
Human error. I thought the cat was dead.
Hey,
Enjoy your stay.
You have anything for the paint?
This place is creepy.
Hi.
I hope Swanson didn't give you too hard a time at the gate. If you ask me, I think he takes his job too seriously. But welcome. Everyone around here calls me Mrs. Fitzgerald, but you, cutie, can call me Penny.
Off you go then. Thanks, Doc.
What do you do around here?
A bit of everything. I try to leave some things for the menfolk to do, you know, so they feel in charge. You here to shop? I'll make sure to give you a good price.
Do you have time for a few questions?
For you? Certainly.
Do you know anything about a missing caravan?
You've been talking to Mr. Dan. I don't know what he's carrying on about. He's just stirring the pot, if you ask me.
Definitely. He has such an attitude.
I know! He's so smug. And Dan thinks he's the one helping people. He wouldn't know the first thing about making the Commonwealth a better, safer place.
He should be thankful you let him in.
Instead, he stomps around interrogating people. If the compound did do something to his precious caravan, they had reasons for it. Better reasons than a man like him. You know, honey, I was just shooting off at the mouth. Just forget anything I said about that and the compound. I have to go.
Hello, stranger. You got anything that ails you? I'll fix you up for a fee.
What's new, Doc?
If you want rumors, then Penny's the girl for you. I like to stick to fixing people. It's what I'm good at.
Not interested.
Let me know if that changes.
These people are way too happy. It's freaking me out.
Oh. Hi.
Talia.
Oh, I heard about you. You're the stranger. I make things. Things for the store. Oh, I'm Talia. It's so nice to meet you.
What do you make?
I make medical supplies. Oh, and guns, scopes, and other things. You can see them for sale at Penny's store. You're gonna like it here. Everyone in Covenant is so friendly and really wants to help.
Do you have time for some questions?
If it'll help, sure.
Do you know anything about Stockton's caravan?
No, sorry, they never came here.
Huh.
Do you know anything about a compound?
No. Sorry. I just make things for the shop, you know.
Does Covenant have some sort of problem with synths?
Since? I mean, no. The test makes sure that none of those get in here. They promised.
It sounds like you're in trouble. I just want to help you.
Oh, that's nice. But no, I shouldn't be talking. I'm busy.
Damn it.
Enjoy yourself.
Meaning no offense, but I got a mountain of work to do.
Ted.
Anybody else in town would be happy to talk to you, but... You see, I gotta run diagnostics on the perimeter turrets.
Jeez.
Well, hello. Well, hello, stranger. The name's Jacob, and I run this town. Glad you passed the test. Our door's always open to good quality people. You can use one of the beds in the guest house. And you should visit Penny's store.
Anything else in town?
Doc Patricia will be more than happy to patch you up. For a modest fee, of course. You might want to stay clear of Mr. Dan. I've had some complaints about him.
Can I ask you some questions?
Ask away.
Do you know anything about a missing caravan?
Is this about those Stockton people? I've told Mr. Dan many, many times. We never saw them.
That's bullshit.
Does Covenant have a problem with synths?
Shouldn't everyone have a problem with synths? But
Wow.
there's none of those things here. Rest assured.
You ever hear of a compound?
Why, that sounds interesting, stranger. But I can't say I've ever heard of a compound, was it?
I have to go.
You have a good day.
Fuck, he's so suspicious. He's suspicious as hell.
After a long day, nothing beats Deezer's lemonade.
Hey, Deezer.
Fresh lemonade here.
I'm looking into a lost caravan. Can you help?
You know what would be great for a lost caravan? Deezer's lemonade! Voted best beverage in Covenant 3 years straight!
What's in the lemonade?
Deezer's lemonade is made of goodness. 4 special ingredients from sunny, non-irradiated environments, all in one cold glass. Try it and enjoy, or take advantage of the money-back guarantee.
I'll take some.
Enjoy!
They're hiding something. I'm sure of it.
Busted again? Another newcomer. Welcome. We don't tolerate violence or vulgarity. Steer clear of those, and we'll get along just fine.
Uh-huh. Better go check out the crime scene. When that turret break?
caravan was hit awfully close to Covenant, all right. Deezer's Lemonade, huh? The caravan definitely stopped in Covenant.
So truthfully, I think the VATS thing in the game was an error when they programmed it. Because they need to be able to do VATS before you get your Pip-Boy. Apparently you can, but it's a Pip-Boy thing that you can do. But the game, they probably didn't think of programming it to do that.
Hey.
I'm listening.
Head on in. Penny's shop is usually the first stop.
Hey, Swanson.
Head on in. Penny's shop is usually the first stop.
Oh, get out! You shouldn't be in there!
I'm not.
Sorry, I'm so busy.
Talia.
Do you need to use my tools?
Hey, Dan.
This whole place has got me on edge. I hope you found something on the caravan.
Do you have any other leads?
No. If Covenant doesn't pan out, then I don't know where to start. I'll cross that road if I have to.
I found out about a compound. The caravan survivors may be there.
Great. Now we just need to find it. If anyone would know where this compound is, it'd be Jacob. He runs this town. But he doesn't have the best memory. I saw him once reading a slip of paper while entering his password. Maybe you can find that.
Synths are a real touchy subject around here.
Now that you mention it, people are always gabbing about synths, or the Institute. But here, not one word. But hell, this whole place is a bucket full of strange.
We'll talk later.
Yeah, it's weird here. So creepy.
It's good to see a new face around here.
Jacob.
I hope you're enjoying your stay.
Can I ask some questions?
Ask away.
You ever hear of a compound?
Why, that sounds interesting, stranger. But I can't say I've ever heard of a... compound, was it?
Do you know anything about a missing caravan?
Is this about those Stockton people? I've told Mr. Dan many, many times. We never saw them.
I have to go.
You have a good day.
How do I get him to spill the beans without making Nick mad?
I'll see what I can do. Anything I can help with?
Your thoughts?
There's a lot of people out here could use a hand.
That's all for now.
Suit yourself. The detective's life isn't an easy one, but it rarely... tracks for it.
Nice.
Excitement.
Amelia Stockton, daughter, Fred O'Neill, caravan leader, Jay Mayfield, security, 2 mercs named unknown, hired by Jay Mayfield. Turrets repelled another 2 raider attacks. Second attack was an organized probing attack. No massive threats yet, but worried we'll get targeted soon. Need 16 batteries, L cases of turret ammo. At least 4 batteries will be out of juice the next day. By the next attack. Recommended 1 compound team recovers from Stockton retrieval. Take out the Fog Hill Raiders. Need a permit raider solution though. With a greater volume of subjects passing through, we became a bigger target. Investigation Bunker Hill deal.
Jacob.
I hope you're enjoying your stay.
Can I ask some questions?
Ask away.
Do you know anything about a missing caravan?
Is this about the...
I have to go.
You have...
Where did I get the 7s to? Probably over here.
Get your lemonade here!
Hey, Dan.
This whole place has got me on edge. I hope you found something on the caravan.
We'll talk later.
Damn it.
That's some serious security. Maybe there's another way around it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm just not wearing a shirt. Well, it looks like I'll be ending the stream here. I got stuff to do. I'm gonna reload here. Because I don't want to have him dislike me. But like, subscribe, blah blah YouTube crap. I had to go run to the mini mart for my mother. You know, what's expected to do for family. Like, subscribe, blah blah YouTube bullshit. Donate to a charity or fundraiser you can trust. And if you want to share that charity or fundraiser with others, put it in the comment section down below so people can find the charity or fundraiser that you donate to and you trust them, so people can look into it, and it's up to them.
I've been told the Valentine Detective Agency.
So that's that. 3 hours is a good stream. I did a lot. We had one hell of a conversation. I had a good conversation with Steven Black. We had a long talk about the game's lore and stuff. That was fun. We both see it 2 different ways, but they're both valid since they have both things in the game. Problem is, I think they were trying to make a multiple ending thing, but scrapped one, but left some of the information in, so it's all wonky. So yeah, there's that. Oh well, right. You can believe what you want in this game, that's the whole point. This game's lore is kind of vague on purpose, so you can think of things yourself. And it doesn't take away from anything of the game if you think differently how it's supposed to be. I just try to look at from more of the human psychological aspects of things. And how humans would react in a world like this And they were in a different world themselves that was completely night and day. But yeah. But this is a fun game. I have to go do stuff now. Bye.